In this video, I'm going to show you how to overhaul a Mavic FTS Freehub body. Okay, you're going to need a 5mm hex and a 17mm wrench. And as you can see, I'm turning the hex clockwise while holding the axle nut with a 17mm wrench. I'm going to remove the axle nut the remainder of the way and pull the axle out from the non-drive side. Now this is an updated version of an older video that I have that I'll put a link to that shows how to remove the axle from an older Ksyrium SL. Again, I carefully lift off the Freehub body. You got to go slow so that the paws and the springs don't fly across the room, and as you can see, there's a small spacer there too that you need to watch for. And again, I'm removing the paws and the springs from the nose of the hub. And now I'm using a pair of hemostats, or you can use pliers or whatever, tweezers, or just something to grab hold of the lip of the seal and carefully pull it off of the nose of the hub. At this point, I'm going to be cleaning the inside of where the Freehub body sits, so the nose of the hub. And the goal here is just to clean it as best as you can, and you can use a combination of paper towels, rags, cotton swabs. Just get it as clean as you can. What wears these Freehub bodies quicker than anything is when debris or it gets contaminated and it wears down that nose of the hub or that bushing in the Freehub body itself. So the cleaner the better. Just take your time and do it right. Here I'm using the cotton swab to clean out the pockets where the paws and the springs sit. And while I have the Freehub body off and the cassette off, I try to clean the hub flanges as good as I can. Now I'm cleaning off the rubber seal. Again, you can expect it for cracks or damage at this point. Now I'm going to reinstall it 3/4 of the way onto the nose, and I'm going to take some mineral oil and put a few drops in that channel to kind of seal everything up when the Freehub body's back on and the seal's in place. I'm going to push it down as far as I can with my fingers and thumbs, and then use a tool to push it the remainder of the way. Try to avoid scratching that channel on the nose of the hub. Now I'm going to clean the paws, springs, and the Freehub body and that washer. Again, you can use whatever you want. You can use a cleaner, isopropyl alcohol, whatever you want. Just get them as clean as you can. And again, keep an eye on the springs. Don't lose that spacer either. And now I'm cleaning the inside of the Freehub body. And I don't like to use any liquid because I don't want to contaminate the bearing on the inside, even though I probably won't, but it's just something I think I can get it really clean with a dry terry cloth and a cotton swab. Now I'm cleaning off the axle. Again, this is going to be a little different for older Ksyrium wheels or Mavic wheels. Now I'm going to apply grease to the axle. Just a light coat of grease. I'm going to reinstall the paws and the springs. And that spacer. And now I'm going to apply a few drops of mineral oil on that spacer and on the paws and springs. And I'm going to put more inside of the Freehub body. I think the manual says 5 or 6 drops. Just don't skimp. You don't have to do too much. If you put too much in, it's going to leak out anyway. But you want to make sure it's lubricated pretty well. Now when you install that Freehub body back onto the nose of the hub, you want to depress the paws inside. And then hold the Freehub body on and then push the axle through from the non-drive side. I'm going to hand tighten that axle nut. And then I'm going to use that 17mm wrench and a 5mm hex. And be careful with that axle nut. It's a soft aluminum. And I'm not sure what the torque spec is, but just snug it up. It doesn't have to be really tight to be effective. Then I'm going to use the hub tool and the 5mm hex to adjust any play out of the axle. Then that's it.